what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my Code Geass Rose of the Recapture Episode 6 English Dub Review. So the episode starts off with Rose trying to, where they continue where they left off on the battle. And basically trying to prevent the Damocles from hitting people. They had to get the soldiers out of there. They were able to get them out in time. Ash and Rose were able to work together as the Damocles slowly fell down into the debris. That was what happened in the first scene before they went to the, the intro and whatnot. But yeah, then they're back to the headquarters. The Japanese soldiers are, satisfied that they were able to, live through it. We see Nina talking to one of the Black Knights, person that was assigned with her. She was relieved that the Flea was gone. Again, more of the soldiers were happy. Also, Nijavon and, reported back to, Nolan. There's a lot of, hesitation going on. Like, here she seems there's some dissent there. From Nolan Vaughn. Quite interesting. They talk about what their plan is the next for, Nolan, not Nolan, I'm sorry, Norlin, what he wants to plan next for the 11s. We then see Catherine, who's like the guard for, the princess, the empress. I'm sorry, the empress. Sakura, the name. Sakura, her real name is Sakura. It's so confusing. Both of their names are Sakura, or at least it's pronounced, like it's spelled different. People have been challenging me on that a couple weeks now, but, I can see where they're saying that it sounds a little different because I was, recording, a clip of it just to kind of see and kind of hear it. So I guess it sounds a little different, but when, I hear it regularly, it sounds like Sakura. So, no, I get what they're saying now, when I've heard it. So, Sakura, I think, when I put it up to my ear, yeah, put it close up, it does sound like that, but when you're hearing it from a distance, it does not sound like that at all. It sounds like Sakura. But basically the Empress, she's arguing with Catherine, who, Catherine basically just saying, you may be an empress, but that's just a title. You have no real power. She's, talking about how she wants to help the Japanese and whatnot. And, so Catherine just gets all mad about it and, ends up appointing, another, person to basically be her guard for the rest of the, evening, or for the rest of the day. That was going on. So that was going on, and basically they do this whole thing with um the argument, and then we after that, Catherine's just all mad. She's talks about, hey, don't try to test me and whatnot, and it's kind of that scene ends. Then we see the general and Rose talking, and we get kind of a little origins um, with Rose. Basically talking about, how her father was, killed. How he was kind of bipartisan, with Britannians and Japanese. And he was basically, the mother, the Britannian mother died, and then not too long after that, he was like arrested and then assassinated. And it's revealed by Rose in her head talking as Sakura, or Sakura. That Ash is basically the person who was responsible for her father's death, and so that's why she wants to, like, I guess, kill him. Um, so that's basically why. Um, that he wants to. That he wants to, or she wants to, like, take out Ash. After this scene, we then see Ash. Well, actually, we see Sakura doing, like, just regular behind the scenes fan service, and then we see her appear as Rose in the shop, or the I guess the coffee restaurant or whatever, and so then one of her confidants just basically tells her to dress up, so she dresses up as her raspberry alternative. And then after this, she runs into Ash, and they kind of have a little interaction. She's got, like, all this, like, mixed feelings because Ash kind of has a thing for raspberry. And then, of course, he has to leave because he runs into Nolan Vaughn. And, Raspberry puts a tracker on her, or I don't know what it is. All these aliases going on, guys. Sakura puts a tracker on her, on him, and so they get in the car together, and it's basically, they both have guns to themselves, and they basically reveal, why he left, and he was sick of what was going on with them, and how they do it, and she basically stayed with him despite the fact that she does not like Nolan, and she stays with him. Even though she doesn't like the orders and doesn't want to do what he does, she does it because she feels that it's important, to kind of the chain stuff and whatnot that way. So that's why she's basically doing it, and she's like, "There's no sense in convincing you otherwise." Um, and she basically also reveals that he had nothing to do with her the you know her father's death. So now Sakura's probably like in more of a like she doesn't know what to think anymore. Um, I'm really interested in what's going on with Ash here because I mean, Ash was clearly a Britannian at one point, a soldier at one point, and now it seems like before he got the Geass, he was starting to have, doubts of Britannia, but like I guess the Geass just helped him even more join forces um, with the Japanese. But it seems like he was already planning on doing it, and then this just kind of made it better. And it kind of fits the idea of the Geass because what we've seen from the Geass is, if you give them an order, they have to follow it or they die. Remember the one? Remember when Sakura put the Geass on the one guy, and he basically ordered him to basically help like 100 Japanese like people or die, um, and he ended up he ended up offing himself. Um, I'm wondering if that's kind of the same thing with Ash here. Ash was able to follow this because he already had doubts of the Britannian government to begin with before he got the Geass. He still wasn't fully committed. That's why he fought Sakura. But I think he was already there, halfway there, and the Geass just made it fully there. Because it's the only thing that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Um, After that, we see them, get out of the car and whatnot and leave. So they definitely knew each other. Apparently they were from an orphanage. I had made a short last week that I knew that these two knew each other really well, more than just like Britannians. That they definitely knew each other. I thought they were like kind of brother and sisters in a way. They sort of are because they were an orphan together, orphan care together, but not really. Anyways, so then we see them. Send them go off and whatnot. Then we see one of the aides talking to one of the guards that is about to see Emperor Sakura. Um, and so that was going on. So they were doing that, and then we get to the point where the person who was guarding Empress Sakura, um, we get to see to the point where at the end, he basically, I guess, figures it out. Um, and we also see a scene again with Rose talking with Ash as well. Trying to kind of get info on him because he's kind of surprised by this. We also do see some skepti stuff going on for the interrogation of the Japanese people that they caught. The Britannians caught where they were just like pulling their eyes out or whatever. They weren't emitting stuff. And then we get this end scene where basically the person who was guarding um, Emperor Sakura for the day basically figures it out that, you're not really her. You're a stand-in. And, covers her mouth and stuff like that. And that's how the episode ends. Very, very interesting episode, to say the least. I was very, very surprised about the episode. A lot of interesting things that came out of this episode, especially with Ash's backstory. It is kind of interesting to see where where Ash's character goes, because we got this whole conflict with Ash on who he is and what side he was on. That Geass was supposed to brainwash him into following his brother, which he perceived as Rose. Also, I should mention that it was also revealed, and I didn't mention this, that Norin is the adopted father of Ash Phoenix, which is also another interesting plot in itself. So that's going on. How do you explain that they had the? Well, he believes Rose is his brother because of the Geass. But again, it is kind of interesting because we never really heard specifically anything else about Ash, like, being manipulated with the Geass, other than he has a brother and he's sworn to follow his brother, no matter what, Rose. But it seems also like he still kind of has that will, of like all these other things that are going on, prior to the Geass. So it is interesting. And also there is this whole thing with Sakura, or Sakurita. I don't know. Well, no. So, okay. So Sakura and Sakura, right? The other Sakura that is, I guess, Sakura. Still kind of close, though. No, so the one that is being called Sakura is actually Sakura, and the one that is the Empress that's being called Sakura is actually Sakura. Is the actual Sakura. But we're not going to do that because that's too complicated. So, going forward, we're just to the Empress as the freaking one, right? Because I was just calling him Sakura because that's what I heard. And I still hear it. I still hear that. Like, I have to, like, put it close up to actually hear it that way. So, it's a small, subtle difference. But, whatever. Anyways. That is the episode. I'm very intrigued to see what happens in the next episode. We still haven't seen Colin yet. Hopefully we'll see Colin by the end of the season. But they're focusing on the plot though now. Like, they're really focusing on the plot. Like, we seen C2, we seen Lelouch, we seen them, but like, they're not that important to the essential of this plot right now that they're doing, and so that's why they're not showing them as much. Which is good, because you got to really kind of show these characters more. You got to really kind of force onto these characters, because we need to know what these characters' backstories are. But I just still do not understand why Colin hasn't shown up yet. I mean, you would think she'd be the one that really would want to get into this, because it's her home Japan. She's loyal to the Japanese. So you think she would really be wanting in on this right now with the Black Knights and whatnot. So hopefully we'll get to see her soon. Yeah, so that's it. Comment, rate. If you like this video, on my videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell for the latest content. Thank you. And also, yeah, I'm the S Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. Also, S Ultimate Goku on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, And I also do have a Discord link in the description where I do a lot of discussion, various discussions like this. Also, I do have a YouTube membership, so make sure to check that out too if you are interested in certain perks. Less than a Dollar Tree item. So, yeah. I'm out. Peace.